This conference will now be recorded.
Now let's try to talk about progress with our practice and then understanding so far. Right, I want to know how you are progressing with your practice and how you are progressing with your understanding so far, whatever we have covered. Now, if I list out, we have covered like baseline configuration steps is covered. Next one we covered profit centers, we covered cost centers. Next we covered LSMW, we covered LTMC, we covered opening balance upload. Point number 6, we covered master data upload. Point number 7, we covered accounts payable baseline config. This is what at broadly we've covered so far, and we also covered GL module. This is what broadly we have covered so far. So when you see it on the Excel sheet, you will find only 8 points, but practically we have done a lot on this each topic. Now the requirement or the things that we have been discussing right from the beginning was minimum 2 company codes to be created. Minimum 2 company codes to be created. I said this is mandatory. I said everybody to create minimum 2 company codes for your practice. And minimum is 2 company code, maximum is your time, is your patience, is your interest. But 2 is minimum that is required for everybody. These 2 company codes are for my sake. You are going to create these 2 company codes for me, and for you, you'll have to create from third company onwards. If I want to know what you are doing, if I want to know whether you are practicing in the right way, whether you are understanding in the right way, I must see that your 2 company codes are configured. Only if I see that you created 2 company codes, it is easy for me, it is possible for me to understand, to guide you that what you are practicing, how you are practicing, whether you are practicing understanding in a right way, or if not, where you have to amend, where you have to change. Because so far we are crossing the baseline configurations or the basic fundamentals that we must know from SAP FICO point of view, from the practical business point of view, not from the configuration point of view, right? Now, if I know that everybody or how many of you are comfortable with what and all the topics that we have covered so far and who are all created 2 company codes, accordingly we will be planning the upcoming sessions, because in the upcoming sessions we are going to do different practical business scenario experiments. And I want everybody to experiment the scenarios, the requirements that we are gathering, that we are listing out in the Excel sheet. Right? Because the way we are going to learn going forward, all the key business processes is not based on the configuration, is based on the practical requirement. Right? But I hope by this time you would have understood the way we are learning is not based on the configuration, is based on the requirement, based on the business process. For you to progress, for you to understand the topics that we are going to cover, because we have reached accounts payable baseline config. As I said, I am not going to explain, I am not going to configure accounts receivable baseline config in detail. If you understand accounts payable baseline config, I want you to configure accounts receivable baseline config on your own, because it is quite opposite of your AP. And you will be able to judge, understand if you are thoroughly understanding accounts payable by way of configuring accounts receivable. Now, to ensure all these points, you must have one company code or two company codes minimum. Alright? Now, let me ask one by one. Chandan, you're there.
Yes, sir.
How many company codes you have configured so far?
Two, sir.
To any doubts so far, whatever we have configured, any questions, any confusions in that? Or you're able to understand, configure?
I can follow up, sir, day by day. I'm correcting everything.
Okay, fine. Ankit,
Yes, sir. Sir, I have done two company codes. In total, three company code. One for my personal testing, and I have configured till master data upload. Accounts payable configuration is yet to done. Today, I'll do that. And
okay,
I've got little things problem, but it was like so like I can sort it out. I found lot of things on Google, so I sort it out, sir.
okay. So far, any doubts, questions on your practice, any issues that you're facing?
No, sir. Currently, I'm not facing anything, sir. It is like perfectly what we have configured or what we are seeing in Excel. I can able to replicate exactly the same thing in even asset accounting figures also. I got same figures and everything like that. FCV, everything like that. So I have got the same
Okay,
figures in my. Yes, sir.
okay, fine. Asif,
Yes, I have completed one company code till account payable, and another one is till baseline only.
okay. So you're able to configure on your own, or you're getting confused, you're getting any errors during your practice?
No, till now not any error.
Okay, fine. Tibia,
Uh, yes, sir. I have created two company codes, sir.
okay. So till date, you're completed your practice till accounts
Uh,
payable.
no, sir. Comfortable. I will need to start, sir.
Okay. Till what you have configured?
Uh, sir, foreign FCV, sir.
Foreign currency valuation. Okay.
Yes.
So you're able to configure on your own, or you're getting confused, you're facing any errors, issues during your practice?
No, sir. I can able to configure, sir.
Okay, fine. Gandhi,
Yes, sir. I configured two company codes. I'm little bit confused in ledger display, sir. For example, in leading ledger it's showing perfectly, but non-leading ledger it's showing posting the period posting period it's showing 5 only
while posting or while generating the report?
while generating reports.
Okay. Any other points that you have confusions?
No, sir, that is only.
Okay. Ishant,
Yes, sir. I've configured two company codes, and everything is fine. And I have little confusion in profit center, means how the business process, means if we are giving. Sometimes I tried to post an entry. Earlier it was posting without the profit center, but now it is not posting. Means there is little confusion, means how the reporting purpose work, because we are giving something profit center in one line, and how it is getting taking the other line. So how the reporting purpose work on the basis of profit center. So that little confusion there. I'm trying to practice more and more.
okay, that is based on the document splitting functionality. You need to check if system is allowing you to post the document without profit center. Something went wrong in the document splitting. This document splitting is a client level setting. even though you set the configuration properly, but somebody would have changed the configuration because this is a common shared server. We will be using, some other outsiders also will be using the server.
Yeah, because earlier it was not posting, but in between it was posting without profit center. Now again it's showing it is not posting without profit center. So okay,
Yeah,
I got your point.
yeah, these things are possible only in the practices server because people will frequently change these settings. But once you're in a real environment, these are one-time settings. Nobody is going to touch these configurations. Okay, but in
Okay.
case if system is allowing you to pass the entries without profit center, it is by default based on the document splitting config. Either somebody removed that document splitting as activation, in short they deactivated the document splitting, or they made profit center as not mandatory field.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Any other issues that you are facing, confusions that you have?
No, sir. No such as of now. I'm getting clarity day by day.
Okay, next, Mayur.
Hi sir, I have configured around 2 to 3 company codes. So there is no confusion as of now. Actually, initially on that LSMW or creation of master data for GL accounts. So I have done the scenario like under one controlling area, I have 2 company codes. So I was in impression that we have to generate or create the master data for both company code from LSMW or LTMC. But from last 2 session, I have just understood that we can extend that from FS15, those kind of
Yeah.
decodes. Otherwise,
Okay.
no issue, sir.
Okay, fine. Next, Praveen. You're not audible, Praveen, if you're talking. Okay, Raju.
Sir, just ఈ రోజే జాయిన్ అయ్యాను సార్ జాయిన్.
Okay. Okay, fine. You're not still audible, Praveen, if you're talking. Maybe your mic problem, I'm not sure, but you're not audible. Okay, Ram.
As of now, I created 3 company codes, sir. 3 companies. For one company, I was created the accounts baseline, uh, accounts payable. Up to accounts payable, I was due for only one company. I need to do for 2 more companies.
Okay. Any errors, confusions, issues you are facing while practicing,
No, sir.
or you are able to understand?
No, as of now, I'm clear, sir.
Okay, fine. Next, Ravi.
No issues, Ajay. I have one company code.
Okay, so you're able to configure everything, right? No issues, challenges that you're facing.
Nothing as of now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, Ravinder.
Sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir. I have created 2 companies, and, but 2 different companies. One company code under one company, and another company code under another company. Like that I created. No issues, sir.
Okay, so you're able to configure everything, right? You're able to understand what you're doing, why you're doing.
Yes, sir. I am understanding. But the profit center suppose I paid salaries and I distributed to two different profit center. Uh, I'm not able to.
You created salaries in one profit center. You're trying to distribute salaries from one profit center to other.
For suppose I paid salaries to two departments and two profit centers.
Oh, your voice is breaking, Ravinder. It's not coming clearly.
Hello, sir. It is okay now.
Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, it is okay.
Suppose I paid salaries to two departments,
Okay.
two profit center level, and I made salaries to profit center one, salaries to profit center two, to bank account. For that, document splitting is showing error. That is only I have issue, nothing else.
Okay. Document splitting. Fine. So when you're doing that, make sure are you assigning this salaries to the cost centers or not?
Yes, sir. I have assigned the
You
cost
assign
centers.
to the cost center. Fine. And you have
Yes, sir.
given cost center for both salaries. And when you're posting the salaries, you should put salary account two times.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then you have to put bank account one time on the credit side. For the bank account, you should not put any profit center. It should be blank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But system is
And
not
when you
taking and it's
simulate,
showing
right, when you simulate general ledger, if it is not taking, what document type
yes,
are
sir.
you using?
Essay only, sir.
SI you have used. And you need to check
Yes,
the
sir.
document splitting configuration for this. First point, verify if the document splitting is active or inactive. Point number one, it has to be active. Point number two, profit center must be mandatory and zero balance should be enabled.
Yes, sir.
Okay, once these two settings are there, it should automatically split. If it is not splitting still, I will check this.
Yes, sir. But in zero balance between, you have to give account one GL account. I don't know how to do
Currently, it is
what
not
account
required.
I should give.
That is not required now because that is required when you are giving debit credit to a different profit centers.
Okay, sir.
But your requirement, whatever you're trying to post with the salaries, that is part of active document splitting.
Okay, sir. That is the only issue, sir. Otherwise, it is good
Yeah.
and fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Fine. Next, who's this Redmi? Make sure you join with your name, not with the device names. Okay. Rohit.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Sir,
So
I
have
also have configured tools for company code. As far as configuration, I have no doubt, but I have a few doubts on a specifically on particular topic basis.
okay. What are they?
Like in asset accounting, if we are having parallel ledger and parallel currency, then how do we configure chart of depreciation and maintain the different depreciation areas in that?
Okay.
And sir, one more doubt. In the last to last class, where you were discussing the assignments that open item manage GL account, later on we deciding to deactivate it.
Yeah.
In ECC, sir, at last we converted that error into message.
Yes.
Sir, was the best industry practice, or we did it just as a like a temporary solution for it?
In ECC, that is what is recommended by SAP. In ECC, there is no option to deactivate open item management. The only option is to make the account balance zero and then remove that open item management. For activation, you have a function in ECC, but for deactivation, there is no.
So we have only a last one solution to convert that into error into warning, right?
Correct. There are two options. Option number one, if you wanted to use the same GL account, because some clients will tell, no, I don't want to change the GL account. I want to use the same GL number, but I want this as non-open item management. If this is the requirement, you will have to change that error message as warning message and then make the account balance 0 by taking the entries into a temporary account, remove the line item management, then bring back the entries from temporary account to the original account. This is what we did.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The other way is, if your client is okay with creating a new GL account, then what you are going to do, you are going to transfer all the transactions from this account to a new GL account, which you are going to create as a fresh one. Without open item management, you will be doing a transfer posting from this account to that account. Then your existing account will become 0. Once the existing account becomes 0, you are going to deactivate the account or block the account.
Sir, in that case, suppose after 1 month we came to know that this the entry which are we posting in GL account should not be an open item, and till that time we have posted somewhere around 500 600 entries. In that case, do we have to manually transfer each and every entry, or is there any mass or something like mass T code or something like that we can in one shot we can transfer all the entries?
In every project, you're not going to in any project, you're not going to transfer this manually. If the number of entries, let's say 2 3 4 entries, you are going to transfer manually. But if the number of
Okay.
entries are more, in every project you are going to have something called BDC upload.
Okay.
Okay, so you have two options. Option number one, you need to make the account balance 0. Option number two, you need to do a transfer posting from one account to the other account. So what you are going to
Okay,
do,
sir.
you are going to download the existing GL report from FHGLL03, from which you are going to copy all the transactions, Control C, Control V. You will be opening your BDC upload, wherein you are going to put all the posting keys. Currently, if your posting keys are 40, you are going to put posting key as 50. GL account will remain same. You are going to put offsetting account. In Excel, you will fill up everything. You will upload this BDC template. Entries will get posted automatically.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Next, Sambit. Who's this Sambit? Okay. Saurav.
Hello.
Yes, Saurav.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have created only one company code. My company code is in Alco, India, but I am confusion in how to mapping in my profit center because in Alco website there is under product there is many sub product. Then how I mapping into profit center?
Okay. So you'll have to look at the products at which you want to generate the financial reports. Let's say on what level you want to generate a trial balance P&L balance sheet. At that level, you are going to generate profit center wise reports, or at that level, you are going to create a profit center. Now, if you are looking at every individual product, you may not be generating the financial statements at every product. You will be grouping the products into one main product, correct? Product grouping.
Yes, sir.
So at product grouping level, you can generate profit center level, which means at that level, you can create profit center. But remember, if you are creating multiple profit centers, you will be able to generate multiple financial statements. For every product, for every profit center, you have to have somebody who is responsible for financials for it. At every product level, if you want to see the financials, if you want to see the profitability, normally we are going ahead with COPA module. Product wise profitability is always measured, tracked at profitability analysis report, in short COPA reports. Okay, all the points that I am listing out here, we are going to discuss once again. So I am going to discuss profit center once again with different examples. Okay, at that time we will check your company code and then see on what basis you will have to create them. Okay, apart from this profit center, any other issues, doubts you have?
No, sir. Sir, I am everything is fine because I do everything.
Okay. Next, Srihari.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I have created two companies, sir. One company perfectly I did in GL module, and another company I created up to GL only. AP I did not prepare. I have no time. That is the reason. In up to everything is clear, sir. Sometimes cost center I am showing passing the entry in primary account. It is not connected, and that errors it will come, sir. Sometimes to accept it system also. Why
Cost
that error is
centers.
come? Yes, primary
Okay.
element is not there. Actually, first uploading LSMW LTMC time, I upload the ledgers. In the open item management purpose, I creating the outstanding wages. I created and passing the entry at that time that account will be not accepted. The system will. Why that system will not accept? I am not understanding.
Okay, so that I will check in your company code in the next session.
Okay, okay. Everything okay.
Okay.
Sir, this is
Fine.
Praveen. Am I audible now?
Yes, Praveen, you're audible.
Yeah. Sir, good evening, sir. So far, I have created 4 company codes. And
Okay.
I kept one company code for experiments and scenarios.
Hmm.
So far, I don't have
Okay.
any doubts, but I have a doubt in LTMC, sir. I think when I upload Profit Center, it is not taking Profit Center group in that field.
In LTMC, when you upload, Profit Center is not taking the group. For that, first you'll have to check if Profit Center grouping is already created.
Okay.
Okay. And second point, check if you're having any naming your Profit Center group in your Excel sheet has any space at the beginning or at the end. These are the only two possible reasons why it will not pick.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, Sudhanshu.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Sudhanshu. How many company codes you have created so far?
Currently, I'm working with 2 company code, but I have created 4 company code as well. I have not faced any issue regarding up to LTMC. I have not faced any issue.
Okay. So you have created accounts payable, which we have discussed today
No, sir.
from
I have
yesterday
not
and
done
today.
this. No.
Okay. But otherwise, you are fine, right? Till now, whatever we have configured, you are able to configure everything.
Yes, 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 sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Next, Shubh. Who's this Shubh? SUBH? You're not audible, Shubh, if you're talking. No, you're still not audible. Okay. Vedic. You're also not audible, Vedic, if you're talking. Just check if your connection is okay. Otherwise, try to rejoin. Venkat.
Yes, actually, last Monday only I started joining in the sessions and I did not take the access also.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Manoj.
Hello, sir. I'm Soeb. I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. I have not started creating company code as of now. I'm watching your previous sessions videos on your baseline configuration. So after watching that configurations, I am able to start the company code.
Okay, fine.
Hello, sir. Now I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, you're audible, Vedic.
Sir, I have maintained 2 to 3 company code. I am working on both server ECC and S4HANA, and I am little confused in document splitting and business area.
Document splitting is already there. Business area.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. And sir, one
In
more thing. I sent you one screenshot in your when you are in leave. Please reply. It's okay or not.
which related to any particular
One,
top.
sir. Enterprise structure settings, sir.
Okay.
I sent you one. Hmm.
Yeah. I
Again, I will
remember.
send you.
I'll.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Manoj. Okay. Ramesh.
Hi, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Hello.
you.
Sir, I
Yes,
have
I can
created
hear you.
two company codes till GL, sir. Yet to start with the AP configuration, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Ajay sir.
Yes, Manoj.
Sorry, my phone is in hang, so I'm not able to speak right now. I have done this all configuration is all already done in my all office now. I'm testing all those things. Is okay. I'm just want to learn the check part, the payment F110. I'm just little bit confused in this. Then will you start? I will learn as soon as automatic payment.
Okay, so that we are going to start maybe in a week's time because we just started accounts payable. We will be coming to the invoices payments and then your check payments, DME payments, all these things we will be coming shortly.
Because I'm little bit confused during this F110. There are multiple countries and different law has been applicable for every countries and check and payment. I'm little bit confused when we will apply this. When we the check print is how come. I'm just confused in this. So I just need training in
Okay,
this.
all right. So shortly we will be coming to those topics.
Thank you.
Okay, Vishnu.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Sir, I recently joined the batch, sir, but I would like to catch up to the batch. Nearly 60 previous class are there, sir. Can you suggest any method of timing or missed anything, sir, to catch up with the batch?
Yeah, I'll tell what we need to do, those who've joined in the middle or those who have not practiced so far.
Next thing is that, sir, in one of the videos you have said that for practice we have to create three types of clients: development, quality, and production. How to create that client side, same as log on pad, some procedure is there, sir. Is the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
way or
The same way you're going to
like sir?
create, but the connection description you're going to put as development, quality, production. Same client you add 3 times.
Okay, sir. Server access, everything is same, sir. Every detail,
Yeah,
every
everything
field
is
is same.
same. Everything is same. It is just that description you're going to change so that whenever you open the SAP logon pad, you will be seeing 3 things minimum: development, quality, production. Because when you're in any project, this is how you're going to look at.
Sir, one more thing, sir. Currently, I have joined at the time of AP, accounts payable. Is there any company code so that I can continue this practice? And I would like, you got my point, sir. I want to
Yeah,
continue
I got your
from
point.
AP.
I got your
Any
point. I'm
company
going
code?
to explain. I'm going to explain that shortly in this session. How you'll have to
Okay, sir.
catch up from the current topics.
Till now, I understood what you have said about the accounts payable.
Okay, fine. Anybody else? Did we miss anyone? Okay. Now, few points that we'll have to understand now. So we assume that we have 2 levels of practice. Okay, we have 2 levels of practice. Your level 1 is complete baseline configurations, which we are almost completed. We have completed till accounts payable. If we create one customer account, then we are done with complete baseline configurations with respect to a real environment. Whatever you are going to have in a company code, everything we are up to date till now, whatever we have done. Once this is completed, which means once our customer account is created, we are done with level 1, which is your baseline configuration completely from SAP FICO point of view. After this, we are going to start level 2. This level 2 is complete business process configurations. So this is completely business process oriented. We are not going to go ahead with headings, side headings and all. Nowhere we will talk this is accounts payable, this is accounts receivable, this is asset accounting. It is not going to be that way. Instead, we are going to see everything as a business process. We will try to understand the scenarios, examples practically with accounting impact, accounting entries. Then we will take the same thing into SAP. We will do the relevant configurations. Now, to do all these complete business process configurations, this is mandatory. Level 1 is mandatory, because here you are only going to focus on business process, not on SAP FICO configurations, because all your configurations are already available, all your configurations are already set up for your company code. Otherwise, we will be ending up committing the same mistake which we did earlier. So your focus is strictly supposed to be on the business process that we are talking about. For example, now currently we are at accounts payable. When we do accounts payable, first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create vendor master. Till vendor master creation is what part of your baseline configuration. Whatever the transaction we perform in vendor master, we are going to treat this under business process configuration. Let's say you are going to create invoices. How your vendor invoice is created, that we are going to understand practically what exactly happens in an organization, how these invoices are posted. We are not going to see which T code we are going to use, F-43, FV60 or Myro. These things we are not going to understand. We are going to understand a business process. If you're in an organization, if you're working for a client, how their invoice processing normally happens and how this process we are going to map it in SAP. In that way, we are going to understand. After understanding, we will be posting some entries. Once you post invoices, if there are any corrections, how you are going to pass credit memos. Right? If there are any advances, how advance payments will be processed. If there are any settlement or actual payment, how these payments are made. In what modes, in what methods we will be making payment to a vendor. How you are going to treat with your cash payments, how you are going to treat your check payments, how you are going to treat your bank payments. So there we will be bringing all the topics, all the possible scenarios with practical examples, practical issues. So that tomorrow if somebody is asking you, or if you are working on any project, if you get any issues, you will be able to understand why the errors are coming, what they are trying to do. Right? The way you have to look at the system, the way you have to look at the business transaction should be changed, should be different. Only then it is possible for us to understand what is exactly happening, what is your client or business requirement, how you are going to meet this requirement. Right? Now when we are posting invoices, we are going to add different things. Let's say if you want to give discount, how you are going to give discount to your vendor, or if your vendor is giving you discount, how you are going to handle the discounts, what you are going to configure for discounts. You are going to talk about payment terms. What is payment term? Are we going to create payment terms? If yes, how do you create? What are the different dates within payment term? How your discount is calculated? How system is understanding that this is the discount amount that you're eligible for. Whenever you have the discount, there is something called interest. If your client is giving you discount, if you are paying early, the same client is going to charge you late payment if you pay delayed payments. If you pay on time, you are eligible for discount. If you pay after the due date, you will have to pay the penalty or you have to pay the interest. Now, discounts we are going to understand. Within the discount, you may be having installments. You may get payment terms with the discount. You may also get payment terms with installments. Let's say you purchased from a vendor for 10,000 rupees. Your vendor said you can pay this 10,000 in two installments. Pay first installment at the end of next month, second installment at the end of second month. Which means for the first installment you pay me 50%, second installment you pay me another 50%. How we are going to deal with these kind of installment payments? You are going to create a payment term with installment terms. How this is created? These are all simple, small configurations, but we need to get the logic and then requirement. And what kind of reports are executed for vendor? You will be executing due date analysis reports. You will be executing line item reports. You will be preparing aging report for vendor. What is vendor aging report? How this is created? Is there any standard aging report in SAP, or you are going to create a new one? If you are going to create any new reports for aging, how you are going to create them? For creating any reports, you will have to prepare functional specification. How functional specifications are prepared? To prepare the functional specification, as a functional consultant, you have to know the business process. Without knowing the business process, it is not possible to write the functional specification. Right? So we will try to understand the business requirement. From the requirement, we will try to understand what is the format, what information we need, how we are going to get the data. Accordingly, what information you are going to write in the FS document or functional specification document. Right? So we will be doing about your normal payments, manual payment, and your automatic payments, payment with printouts, all these kind of things we are going to work out, vendor clearings and all. practically the things that are executed in an organization in accounts payable, only those points we will be talking about. So that tomorrow when you are working in any project, if you are already working in accounts payable, you should be able to replicate, yes, this is what we are doing. Right? Likewise, for your accounts receivable, taxation, bank accounts, electronic bank reconciliations, manual bank reconciliations, your integrations, asset accounting, and slowly we will be coming to the controlling part. Once we complete basic accounts receivable, we are going to start basic controlling. We will be dealing with complete information about cost elements, cost centers, profit centers, posting entries into cost centers, then reclassifying or reposting from one cost center to the other cost centers, what kind of reports you are going to generate from cost centers, how you are going to analyze cost center reports, how you are going to plan your cost centers, how you are going to plan your internal orders, how you are going to budget them, if there are any errors, what we are going to do. These kind of things we are going to do. Once we are clear with this, we will straight away proceed with assessment cycles, distribution cycles. All these points we will be covering. All these points are simple points. Once we are clearing this, once everybody is clear with this level 1 baseline configuration, these are all straight away topic based learning. You're not supposed to look at this, because I want everybody to thorough and perfect with this, so that if you're talking about any particular topic, our focus is only on that topic, that functionality. Because all the other points you're already aware of, you have already configured, you know the triggering points of each point. Now when you're adding another functionality, you are going to understand the dependencies, business impact. Right? You're not going to think from the other point of view. While learning the new point, we are going to refresh all the existing points that you have already covered. Alright, so likewise is what we are going to do, and parallelly in our evening sessions we will be writing different interview questions, practical scenarios on a daily basis. We are going to spend 15 to 30 minutes every day to discuss on at least one or two interview related points or questions. Right, certain one day we will be talking about theoretical things, the other day we will be talking about the practical things by logging into the system, experimenting what exactly needs to be done for a particular issue or requirement. Because once this is completed, now we are finally preparing ourselves for the interview related training and for your actual project related training. Right, so level 2 is purely dependent on your interviews preparation plus your project preparation, not exclusively related to interview. The more focus is on your project. If you are working in a project, if you are joining an organization, you should not feel any confusion, you should not have any hesitation, fear in you. You should go join any organization, face any interview with confidence. Right, keeping that point in mind, we are going to do our level 2 training, which we are about to start from next week. Once accounts payable is completed, we are not going to talk about basics again. We are purely talking about business processes. We are going to have different experiments. I'll be giving different assignments, different tasks to everybody. I will be asking people in between to explain in the session. Right, so far whatever the configurations that we have done on the baseline configuration is only to make sure we get confidence, we feel that you are good at the basics of SAP, you understood the different triggering points. From now on, whatever we are going to do on the business process, I want everybody to be in a position to explain. Whether you are doing it on the system or not doing it on the system does not matter when you're in the interview, does not matter when you're in the project. Because you will have to handle different situations. You may have to answer your interviewer, you may have to convince your interviewer, you may have to talk to your user, client, your colleagues. Make sure that when you're talking, you are talking confidently. The other person feels that yes, you can work on this. If you are able to work but you are unable to express, you are unable to talk, is a problematic thing again. So we need to make sure we are all talking in the session collectively, you are able to explain, and only when you explain it is possible for me to review, it is possible for me to guide, correct wherever you are going wrong. Clear? Now, for those who have joined in between, or for those who have not configured a company code so far, and for those who are having certain confusions, so what I am going to do, from now onwards, from coming weekend onwards, we are going to have 6 sessions a week. Okay, we are going to 6 sessions a week, which means 6 days we are going to connect. In this 5 days we are going to have regular classes, and 6th day revision of 5 days classes whatever we have completed. On this 5 days, whatever the topic we have covered, on 6th day I am going to revise everything, and on 7th day, if required, we will connect only for doubts clarification. On day 7, if required, we will connect only for doubts clarification. No configuration is explained, no existing topic is explained. Any doubt that you have on all the topics that we have done so far, any doubt that you can ask, I will answer, I will clarify all your questions, doubts on day 7. This is includes on your day 6 also, but day 7, if there are doubts, I will be ready to connect exclusively to clarify your doubts. And as you know, we are going to connect 2 times a day, 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Now we are going to cover different things from now on, from going forward. We are going to do different interesting things, different experimental things on SAP FICO, because now everybody is clear with the baseline configuration. Everybody has configured at least 1 or 2 company codes. From now on, we are going to do different practical things that you will find it for the first time, or you will get these kind of issues on your project, these kind of questions they might ask you in your interview. Okay, and for those who joined in between, for those who have not configured the company code completely, I am going to create a new company code. Okay, a new company code I am going to create from tomorrow 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, tomorrow 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., which means from tomorrow onwards, maybe for 2 to 3 days until we come to live, I am going to configure one company code. Clear? Right from the beginning, whatever you have done, creation of company code, chart of account, fiscal year, all the settings in a sequential order I will be configuring from tomorrow onwards, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and at 9 p.m. we will continue our regular session. So within 2 to 3 days, you will be able to cover all the settings that we have done so far. And I am going to tell you how do you copy a company code from an existing company code, which we are currently doing, so that from current topic onwards, I want everybody to practice. Right? I am going to show maybe in tomorrow's session how we are going to copy an existing company code. So everybody will be copying our existing company code DEIN, or your own company code that you have already set up, so that you get another company code. In that company code, make sure you are practicing all the settings that we have done from the level 2 onwards, or from accounts payable onwards. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Now we have to go at a little different approach, at a little faster pace from now on, because we have spent enough time on the basics to ensure that we are all strong at the basics, basic fundamentals of SAP FICO and basic fundamentals of accounting. Now whatever we have is a simple, straightforward. So we will be discussing in a way where you are going to find everything is a simple, easier. right? It's not going to be tough. The upcoming topics, whatever you have learned so far, whatever you have done so far, is only a little tricky part. From now on, whatever we are going to do is a simple, straightforward. You are going to enjoy what we are going to from going forward. And we are going to have more interactive sessions going forward. Every week, one day, we are exclusively going to have casual interaction sessions only to monitor what you are practicing, what doubts you are having, and what things we have to learn, what things we have to do collectively. All these points, one day in the evening session, we will be talking about. Right? We have to monitor our progress. We have to ensure that we are getting ready for the interview. We are getting ready for the jobs. It is not going to work out if I keep on explaining a topic and then you're keep on practicing, but we're not interacting what is happening, what you're practicing, where you are stuck. We have to monitor, we have to ensure all the doubts, confusions are clarified then and there, or maybe in that week itself. So we should not proceed, we should not carry forward our doubts. So do not hesitate to ask any doubt that you get. If you are facing some problem in your practice or in your understanding, make sure you ask me in the session, or you put a message in the group, or you put a message to me on WhatsApp. But make sure you will ask your doubt in one way or the other, either in the class or in the group or to me in the WhatsApp. Otherwise, I am not aware what issues you are facing, where you are struggling. Clear? So any issue, any problem, any errors that we are facing, we are all there to support, we are all there to work collectively to solve everything. Right? So we have to ensure that we are all working together collectively so that tomorrow if you attend an interview, tomorrow if you join a job, an organization, you will be utilizing this group, you will be utilizing all of us. If you are facing any problem, you can ask us. So you can put a message that this is what the issue that I'm facing, or this is what the requirement that I've got. Then we will be working for you, we will be supporting you. But you don't have to work too much, you don't have to think too much, you don't have to take much stress. You have a team, that should be your strength. You have to think in a different way, you have to approach towards your career, towards your job in a different way. Make sure any strugglings, any issues, any problems that you are facing here only. Clear? Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Sir, mega.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I have one doubt, sir. In business area and segment, profit center, cost, and how to track the report, sir? Can you please tell?
We are not going to generate financial reports at business area. Okay, you're not going to generate financial reports at cost center. You are going to generate financial reports only at profit center level and at segment level. Okay, only at two levels we will be generating financial reports. When we talk about financial reports, you're talking about trial balance, P&L, and then balance sheet.
So segment level how to put it, sir? Everything also.
Segment level, no, the regular transaction codes only. You will have to put the filter segment. You'll have to put the filter profit center. Any financial statement report, any GL report that you generate in FI, you will have different filters. You can filter based on profit center, based on segment.
Hi Ajay sir, I have one question.
Yes.
And it's Monday on Monday I have one review with the company. This requirement for asset display and rest of APAR and reconciliation. I'm working in APAR, but I have a little bit knowledge about a asset, right? Not a deep configuration. So how to handle this thing? Because you need a asset accounting. How well?
Okay. So for that, we have already discussed basic conceptual understanding, basic number calculations in asset accounting. Go through that recording once, and then Once you go through that recording, you will have to go through the configuration first, how your asset accounting configuration works. You'll have to know that every organization requires asset accounting. Then you have to keep in your mind accounting principles used in that organization, because every company uses minimum two accounting principles, one for local reporting, one for group reporting. Depending on the number of accounting principles that you have, and you have to consider the number of currencies that are used in your organization, which this is called your parallel accounting. Your asset accounting is
Yeah, I
always based on parallel accounting. Number of
so sir.
depreciation areas that you are
Hmm.
creating, number of currencies that you are using, number of asset classes you are using, how your account determination is happening, and how you are maintaining the asset technical clearing account, how you're defining your depreciation calculation methods, your multi-level method, period control method, depreciation keys, and how you are going to create your memo values, cut off your maximum value methods, smoothing methods, catch up methods, and how you are going to define screen layout rules in the asset master data, how you are going to default asset depreciation key, how you are going to default your asset useful life, and what kind of entries are posted in asset accounting. Like if you are purchasing the asset, how you are going to purchase the asset, what will be the accounting entry for it. Similarly, if you are purchasing the asset through purchase order, what is the process? If you are purchasing the asset without the purchase order, what is the process? How your accounting entries are going to come. If you want to do any value adjustments in the asset, you want to increase the value of asset, you want to decrease the value of asset. Okay, how your depreciation is going to get calculated. Are we able to reverse the depreciation? How do you know that in this month what is the depreciation posted? What kind of reports that we use on the asset accounting on a daily basis, on the monthly basis? How you are going to migrate your asset legacy data into SAP system? And what are the month-end activities carried out? What are the year-end activities carried out in asset accounting? These kind of points you will have to learn, and these points is what I am going to discuss in the evening sessions shortly. Not through the configuration, but overall data flow or overall business process flow in the asset accounting. Similarly for all the topics.
So sir, how I will get this information? Because
When is your
this
interview?
on Monday.
Tomorrow is what, Sunday, right? So we'll try to,
Right.
I'll explain this asset accounting related basic workflow or process flow in the tomorrow evening session. Okay, it's simple,
Yeah.
straightforward. I'll explain you in the refined way, right, in the shortcuts, so that you will be able to talk easily.
Right. Because I have a only 15-minute conversation round. Only it's just I have seen the requirement in the JD. It said only AA, AP, AR is the mandate.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking. Maybe I don't know who is focus only asset. Maybe because everyone knows if a person from the FICO is a APAR is already know the asset is the main topic.
Correct. But at high level, you will be able to understand the overall process flow in the tomorrow evening session. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir, Mega MZ link which is in our group is not working, sir, regarding the previous class.
Those videos I'm going to share once again. I'm preparing one Excel sheet with the each class link. I'll be sharing shortly. Maybe in couple of days you will receive it.
Sir, one more thing, sir, can you provide the ECC credentials also, sir, so that I can configure that also?
Yes, I'll share again in the group. ECC we have only 3 or 4 IDs, but as for HANA we have 21 IDs. I'll share them again in the group.
Thanks.
Okay, any other questions? So make sure everyone is practicing on a daily basis. Any issues, any challenges that you're facing, any confusions that you're having, make sure you reach out to me. If I'm not responding, at least make sure you put a message to me. Once I get free time, either I'll give you a call or I'll respond to your message. But at least make sure that you have updated me on the issues that you're facing. Keep that pending from my side. It should not be that you have a doubt but you did not ask. Instead, put it in the other way that you have a doubt, you have asked me, but I did not answer. Clearer? Make sure that this is pending from my side, not from your side. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, if you put a message to me on WhatsApp or if you ask me in the class, I know that what doubts, what confusions you are all having. Either I'll clarify your doubt. If it is a doubt commonly for everybody, I'll try to explain the same topic in a different way, maybe in 10-15 minutes, so that everybody will get benefited with your doubt. So don't think that your doubt may be simple, silly, others might think something. Don't think like that. It is your doubt and your doubt is supposed to be clarified. Do not have any doubts, any confusions in your mind. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Alright then. So let me stop this recording.